The following is a special presentation of the Simulation Football League.
And the handoff goes to Johnny English, who breaks out of it. Still going, Johnny English! And English will score! Touchdown, Renegades! He caught it between two defenders! OKC is taking the lead! Matsumoto back to throw. He's in trouble again! This is insanity from Jordan Gray! Look at Gunner! 20, 10, it's a runaway! Touchdown, Gunner! It's H.O. Oh, he made three people miss! H.O. breaks a tackle! He's done it again! Touchdown! Hand off to Snowden up the middle, now tries to cut it right. Beautiful move by Snowden! He's in the open field! Midfield! 40, 30, 20! Richard Snowden to the half! Touchdown, Dragons! Back to pass. Looking, fumble the football! And it is recovered by Orlando at the 17! Line formation, handoff to Overstreet around the right-hand side. Overstreet picks it up on, and there he goes! Overstreet! Touchdown! Ladies and gentlemen, Sioux Falls, South Dakota tonight is cheering in the rain. It's the Sioux Falls Sparrows, and they host the Orlando Intimidators, a battle of 1-0 teams looking to stay atop their divisions, respectively. Hello, everybody. I am Cameron Irvine, the play-by-play commentator for the SFL. Tonight, it's the 300th game in SFL history, as Julian Tyree, Sioux Falls quarterback, looks to stay hot after his career high 40 completions and over 450 yards last week. Coin toss is next. Have a good one. We want heads. Hopefully the game won't get delayed. Heavy storms in the area here in South Dakota, but for now, it's time to get underway. Orlando and Sioux Falls, the winner to 2-0, the loser to 1-1. Orlando, kick it! Oh, he slipped and fell. We're underway. And a short kick at the 26, and Sioux Falls returns him to the 41 before a landslide of Intimidators make the tackle. An eventful beginning, no doubt. 1st and 10 for Sioux Falls, with great starting field position at the 41-yard line. Tyree is under center, split backs in the backfield, and Tyree will start with a pass. Tyree steps up in the pocket, fires, complete to the sideline of the Orlando 44. That is Jordan Jennings with the catch, and an early Sioux Falls first down into Orlando territory. Sioux Falls in the home, and it'll be a little bit tough to see at times, although the yellow numbers will stand out. All grays, gray helmets, jerseys, pants, yellow numbers, the black feathers on the side, and the yellow trim. Orlando in the white helmets, gold jerseys, black pants, white numbers, blue trim. Back to pass, Tyree again left side, and that pass is knocked away. Incomplete. Isaac Wallace knocks it away. Julian Tyree, number 10, 6 foot, 215, starting quarterback for Sioux Falls. Of course, Sioux Falls last year had Ashley Anderson, who was tied for the league lead in touchdowns and was one of the top rushers in the league. Sioux Falls decided to not give him his payday, and now Benny Beasley's in the backfield for the Sparrows. Tyree to throw again. That pass is off the hands, nearly intercepted, intended for James over the middle. It's 3rd down and 10. This would be a big stop for Orlando after the kicker
fell on that opening kickoff. It is a very dreary night here in South Dakota. But boy, does that yellow stand out in the otherwise dreary conditions. 3 receivers off to the right, 1 to the left far side. I believe that's Jennings. 10.5 to go in the first quarter, no score. Sioux Falls has the ball. Back to pass. Tyree going to flip it outside. Caught, trying to turn the corner, Caesar Cannon, and he is tackled by Isaac Wallace again. Gain of just 4, and that's the end of the drive for Sioux Falls. Outside of Sammy Prefontaine's field goal range, they will have to punt it away. The Simulation Football League is presented by DAC Stats and OBS Studio all season long. And Sioux Falls' punt nearly blocked. In fact, I'm not sure how Orlando didn't get a hand on it. Short kick, and the return gains little yardage up to the 13-yard line. So the next quarterback to take the field would be Connor Pyatt. 6'2", 225. He wears number 15 for Orlando. And the running back in the backfield, the ever-consistent Zach Parker. 7th season in the league, 6'1", 217. And he lines up with a 3-back set at the back of it with Lorenzo Allen on the outside. 1st and 10 for Orlando at the 13-yard line on their first possession. Wednesday Night Football here on Twitch TV. Parker sidesteps away, breaks a tackle, and picks up 7. Jace Jefferson on the tackle. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. Jefferson, 6'3", 225. He plays strong safety for this defense. Free safety A.J. Levy, number 42. Cornerback Zen Osika, 6'3", 218. He had 2 picks last week, along with number 38, Deltha Coakley. Number 52, Kirk Marquez. Number 50, Gage Wilson. And number 63, Mike Doss are the star linebackers. Hand off to Parker. And again, he tries to break outside. A big hit from Osika. Loss of 1. It'll set up a 3rd down and 4. Of course, if you missed the Los Angeles Sioux Falls game in the 4th quarter, there's Osika, a tremendous diving interception that really, in essence, secured Sioux Falls' victory, although Los Angeles made it interesting late. Under 9 to go, 3rd down. Back to pass, Pyatt, 3-step drop. He's sacked to the 16. Sack around the end, big play by the defensive front. And Orlando will punt it away on 4th and 7 at the 16. Number 90 on the sack. And Orlando punting from their goal line. Sioux Falls comes after it, can't get to it. And from the 42, Sparrows return up to the 43-yard line. That's it. James on the return. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine, and we welcome you to Wednesday Night Football on the SFL Network. Other action going on tonight. Cleveland hosts Dallas in a pivotal East Division battle. Orlando from the south, Sioux Falls from the west in the SFL divisional standings. Orlando beat OKC last week at home 20-17. Tyree back to pass. Pocket collapses. That ball is intercepted. Intercepted, looking for Jennings on the outside. That is A.J. Lacoste with his 2nd interception of the season. And it's a 1st down, Orlando. Reads this tremendously well. And in fact, I'm not sure that he realized where Jordan Jennings was initially. Great job in an attempt to recover. And it's 1st down, Orlando, and Jennings is frustrated with the early turnover. Seen a lot of good defense in the league over the first 4 nights. We had a couple of low-scoring games last night. Pyatt back to pass. Pyatt down the field, and that is tipped and intercepted at the 39 and returned past midfield. It is Jace Jefferson with the INT. Too easy. I mean, the ball is tipped up into a heavy traffic. And it's 1st down for the Sioux Falls Sparrows. 8:13 to go in the first quarter. And both teams off to a bit of a rocky start here in the severe weather. Both quarterbacks with an interception. Tyree will hand it off to Beasley, and Beasley picks up 1 officially the Orlando 47-yard line. Eight minutes and counting to go here in the opening quarter. No score. It is the third possession already in the game in 4 minutes for Sioux Falls. Two receivers, one to either side. Cannon bottom of the screen. Tyree back to pass. Tyree's in trouble, and he is sacked. A loss of 5. Big number 96 back there gets the sack. So both quarterbacks have been sacked. Both quarterbacks have thrown interceptions here in the early stages. 7:20 to go in the first. Trips off to the right for Sioux Falls. Tyree back to pass. Tyree fires. Pass is caught by Cannon, but very little on the outside on 3rd and long. And it'll bring up 4th down and 10 for Sioux Falls. And another punt upcoming. And this will be the 6th possession in less than 5 minutes of this opening quarter. Back and forth we go. Sparrows kick it away from the 17-yard line. Orlando up to the 21. Other stars to watch tonight for the Sioux Falls Sparrow defense. We introduced all of them. For Orlando, wide receivers Lorenzo Allen, number 44, number 16, Nathan Chambers. Tight end is number 36, Isaac Perez. 6:34 to go in the opening quarter. No score and a sloppy start. Parker is in the backfield and a 3-4 defense showing out of Sioux Falls. Back to pass, Pyatt. And Pyatt gets it away just in time. Parker stepped out of bounds, no gain. Let's take a look at how these teams did last season. Sioux Falls just marginally better in almost every category except turnover differential, but both these teams very successful last year, and of course Orlando very successful in their season. 5 playoff trips in 6 seasons for the Intimidators, trying to make it 6 of 7 this year. 2nd down and 10. And Pyatt will hand it off on a late handoff to Parker, and he is blown up in the backfield, a 2-yard loss. That was Kirk Marquez coming up to make the tackle, the former Bulldog. 3rd down and 12. And we have not seen a lick of offense here in the first 5 minutes. Sioux Falls defense struggled a bit last week, gave up 27 points. Orlando's defense pretty good, held OKC to under 300 yards of offense and 17 points. Pyatt back to pass, he's sacked again! 4th down and 19 coming up. What a play. Lennox Sanders this time is the man to bring Pyatt down. 2nd sack of the night for Sioux Falls. .5:35 to go in the first half, and Sioux Falls will get their 4th crack at it. They sure are winning the field position battle. 2 big sacks on 4th down, and Orlando's punter punting out of his own end zone once again. From the 48, Sioux Falls on the return, past midfield. Nice return by James, up to the Intimidator 46-yard line. So Sioux Falls, Benny Beasley had just a handful of carries last week. We know this team is going to pass and pass a lot. 5:17 on the clock, and Sioux Falls once again starts inside Orlando territory at the Intimidator 46. Toss out to Beasley, right side, and Beasley tries to stretch it out. Very good defense by Nick Nitro. Reese Walsh is injured on the play. That's not good. Let's take a look at the replay. Walsh looked like he just fell awkwardly, maybe on that arm. No, maybe on his wrist, actually, as he rolls over in discomfort. 5:11 to go. 23 yards for Tyree and a pick. 2 backs, 2 receivers, and Tyree will drop the throw. Tyree looking long, and Tyree's got a wide open receiver. Touchdown, Caesar Cannon, and touchdown, Sioux Falls. And finally, one of these offenses breaks through. As you see, lightning off into the distance. Tyree hits Cannon. It's Cannon's second touchdown of the young season. And the Sparrows strike first. Yeah, considering that Sioux Falls, their offense sputtered early, trying to get Jennings heavily involved. Jennings had a great game last week, 207 yards through the air. The lefty, Sammy Prefontaine's kick nearly blocked, but that's good. And it's Orlando 0, Sioux Falls 7 with 5:04 to go in the first quarter. Wednesday Night Football on the SFL Network on Twitch. Sioux Falls will kick it away from the 6. Past the 25, and a nice return all the way to the 31-yard line. That's Clark on the return. Orlando and Sioux Falls, first ever meeting tonight. Sioux Falls, of course, an expansion team last year, and with no cross-conference, the teams did not face off. Both lost in the first round last year. Queen City took Sioux Falls out, while Louisville handled Orlando in the first round. Sioux Falls actually lost that game here in Liberty Park. Handoff goes to Parker, and Parker sidesteps through some traffic, picks up just 3 yards. Tough sledding for Parker here in the early going, about 100 yards on 27 carries against Oklahoma City, as Delta Coakley has some words. 4:40 to go in the opening quarter. Orlando Intimidators, Sioux Falls Sparrows from Liberty Park in South Dakota. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Ball on the right hash mark, and a 3-2 defensive look. Defensive front, I should say. Hyatt falls down, trying to give the football to Parker. This field really is a mess right now, and that is going to be a tackle for loss, I suppose, credited to Black, who already had a sack. It's 3rd down and 13, but I think that was supposed to be a handoff to Parker. And we are seeing players all over the field having a really difficult time. As you can see, this field is already starting to degrade. 3rd down and long for Pyatt. Pyatt to throw, throws left side. That was the only man open. It was Chambers, and it's well shy of the first down. Another punt coming for Orlando. Orlando's just been a victim of a little bit of bad luck here and a lot of negative plays. You got the 2 sacks, you got the kicker slipping, you got Pyatt slipping, trying to give a handoff, no less. And the interception downfield on the first play following an interception by A.J. Lacoste. It has not been a good quarter for Orlando on the road. The Midwest not treating them well. From the 28-yard line, and James on the return. Nice job. Up to the 35 with 3.5 and some change left to go in the first quarter. Follow the league on Twitter at simulationfl.com, and you can subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. It keeps you in the loop. Simulationfl.com has daily updates as well. And that keeps you in check with all the SFL action. Tyree back to pass, and Tyree fires right side. Caught by James, and James is pushed out of bounds after a 9-yard pickup. 2nd and 1. Rest of the Sioux Falls Sparrow offense. Caesar Cannon, 6'6", 250, former tight end from Oklahoma City's on the outside. Jordan Jennings, number 80, 6'4", 222. This is a big Sioux Falls team with the shifty Benny Beasley in the backfield. No star tight end for the Sparrows. Second down and 1 at the 43. Tyree's out of the shotgun with Beasley to his right. Beasley caught 17 passes last week. Does not have a catch in this first quarter. Play action. Tyree deep down the field. That is intercepted by Wallace and returned past the 40 all the way to the 42. Isaac Wallace getting in the interception category with his teammate A.J. Lacoste. He could have defended 2 receivers, and he chose the right one. As the ball went to Caesar Cannon, perfect coverage on the outside. And Tyree, who had no interceptions last week, has 2 in the first quarter. And Orlando's defense really helping Orlando's offense out. Certainly not helping Sioux Falls' offense. Parker takes the handoff, and Parker's pass, midfield! Parker tackled to the 39. Nice open field play by, I believe, Jefferson for an Orlando first down. Under 3 minutes to play. Good blocking here. Finally, Parker gets a lane as Sioux Falls brought some pressure from the other side, and actually A.J. Levy makes the stop. This is a new-look Sioux Falls defense. They had no star linebackers last year. 3 this year. A total 180. Following the footsteps of Honolulu and Carolina, Gage Wilson, the former Skyhawk and legend, now on the Sparrows. Split backs behind Pyatt. Pyatt with 3 receivers back to throw. Steps up in the pocket, that pass is caught down to the 24-yard line. That over the middle of the field. Number 23, Walter Garrison, the fullback, getting open down the field. Nice play, nice route. You want the defense to have to guard everybody, and that's what Orlando's making Sioux Falls do. 5 carries, 26 yards for Parker. Levy and Marquez combined on that last tackle. And off Parker, right side again, trying to stretch it outside. Got a couple. Lower leg stress fracture. Boy, I'm not very good at guessing injuries. Now, according to SFL rules, Reese Walsh will be back next week. But he's done for the day. So a loss at outside linebacker for the Orlando defense. First time, I believe, in Reese Walsh's career he will miss any time. Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Sioux Falls 7, Orlando nothing. But Orlando is on the move following their second forced turnover of the game. Parker on the carry, no gain. Stiffed at the line of scrimmage. Sioux Falls defensive front having a very good first quarter. Summers on the tackle. We'd be remiss to not wish the family of John Saunders well. May he rest in peace. Sports broadcasters everywhere lost one of our special own today. Pyatt back to pass on 3rd down and 8. Back to all kinds of time. Pyatt going to the end zone, and that is picked off in the back of the end zone. 4 turnovers combined in the first quarter. It's Zen Osika. It is his 3rd of the season. That was a desperation heave from Connor Pyatt, and you have to understand that for all of the errors Orlando's offense has made, you have to come away with points and cannot force the issue. And Pyatt had 2 interceptions in the second half last week. He's got 4 picks in his last 3 quarters as Tyree drops back to pass. He'll sling it out left side, and it's knocked away. More good coverage down the field. This time it's A.J. Lacoste. Get another look at it. It was hard to tell how good a defense that man. He was all over it. Jordan Jennings, as mentioned, 200-plus yards last week. You cannot play better defense than that. Except if he would have picked it off, which he's already done today. So 4 turnovers, 3 sacks, and another play that could be called a sack after Pyatt slipped handing the ball off to Parker. It's all resulted in a 7-0 Sparrow lead on the Caesar Cannon touchdown reception. Handoff Benny Beasley. He's got some room. And Beasley drags defenders for a 9-yard gain. Nice play by the little fella. 5'10", 199. He's the former slot receiver and kick returner for this team last year. And Sioux Falls made headlines when they decided that Beasley would get the call to replace Ashley Anderson. 30 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Orlando nothing, Sioux Falls 7. High formation. Tyree back to pass. It's Beasley's first catch of the quarter. And it's first down, but just barely. Well defended on the outside. But nevertheless, Sioux Falls fans love it. Move those chains. That'll be the final play of the first quarter. End of one from Sioux Falls. It's a mess out there. Intimidators nothing, Sioux Falls 7. Who goes 2-0 tonight? Stay with us. We'll be right back. First down and 10 at the Sioux Falls 31 to start the second quarter. Tyree's pass to the outside is caught. Jennings near the first down marker, but shoved out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play as he has words with the Lacoste. Those two have been battling all night long. As mentioned, tonight is the 300th game of the Simulation Football League. The 100th game played between Baltimore and New York on January 26, 2015. Baltimore beat the Knights 38-34. It was a week 1 contest. The 200th game, Minneapolis and D.C. last season. The Maulers won that game 38-31 as Beasley will be shy of the first down. Lambert on the tackle. And of course the 300th game tonight, by the way, Minneapolis, D.C., January 17th of this year. And 100 games later, August 10th, 2016, OKC and Orlando. Or check that, Orlando and Sioux Falls, rather. I'm still hooked on week 1, apparently. Tyree back to pass. And Tyree goes down the middle. Oh, what a beautiful catch. And maybe even a better throw. That was Jennings again. And Tyree could not have put that ball in a better position. Check out this play. And this throw by Tyree. And that's where you miss Reese Walsh. First down and 10 at the Intimidator 48-yard line. Sioux Falls on the move. Orlando still with nothing on the board thanks to an end-zone interception from Zeno Sika. Tyree back to pass. 3-step drop down the middle. Wide open. Caught to the 36. Tyree's up to a $114. Connor Pyatt just 19 passing yards in his first half. That is pathetic. 9:26 to go, first half of play. Out of the eye. Jennings, bottom of the screen. Cannon, top of the screen, who has not caught a pass since his touchdown catch. Back to throw Tyree. He's in trouble. Off his back foot. Oh, my goodness. How Isaac Wallace did not come away with an interception is beyond me. Orlando brought the house, and Tyree did a very dumb thing. And he may have just been the luckiest person in this stadium tonight because he literally threw it right to Isaac Wallace like they were playing catch in the backyard. 9:10 to go in the first half. Sioux Falls up 7. Just outside of field goal range, Tyree back to pass. Will hit Beasley. Beasley past the 35 and is put down at the 31-yard line. I believe Wallace again on the outside with the tackle. Isaac Wallace, a very active first half. Third down and 6 at the 31 from Liberty Park in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. A battle of undefeateds tonight, Orlando and Sioux Falls, the Simulation Football League here on the SFL Network on Twitch. 8:43 to go. First half, back to, play action. Tyree got a great pocket, fooled even me. First down to the 16 of Orlando. And that was Turian James. Once again, he has made some big plays. That's a nice little play call there by Sioux Falls, and a nice catch on the sideline as well from James. Gotta love when teams can get creative with the play calling. Clock continues to run. Sioux Falls in the red zone for the first time tonight. Beasley's in the backfield. It's a 1st and 10. And Tyree throws a quick slant down the middle, and that's knocked away. Jennings, 3 catches, 5 targets, and they ruled that a drop for Jennings. Not so sure about that. $8:23 to go first half. It's a 2nd and 10. Ball's in the middle of the field. 4-3 defense out of the Intimidators, and the receivers are off to the right side for Tyree. Tyree, 40 completions in week 1. And play action again. Tyree to the end zone. Tyree's pass is knocked away. Thought it was going to be picked again. Pass intended for Caesar Cannon, would have been his 3rd touchdown of the season. Nick Nitro knocks it away. And Orlando's defense still trying to play up to their standards without Reese Walsh on the field, who had a pretty good week 1.
3rd and 10 from the iron.
8:19 to go before halftime. Of course, the SFL postgame show is coming up. We'll have reaction to both games going on around the league tonight, Dallas, Cleveland, and this one. We'll take your phone calls as that pass is tipped and picked again at the 3. 3rd interception for Tyree. This time it's Isaac Wallace. A.J. Lacoste with interceptions, and that may have been Wallace's 2nd. Lambert eventually, was the man to tip it, and Wallace picked it off. Boy, this is Houston and Tallahassee had a rain game Monday night. Tallahassee won 20-13, but it was nothing like what we've seen here in the first half. Just a mess out there. Parker's in the backfield. He takes a carry. Should have waited on a blocker. That was his fullback that was late getting out there. Parker, less than 4 yards a carry. Garrison's probably shouting that to Zach right now. Hey, man, I'm not as fast as you. Give me a minute to get you a few more yards. Haven't heard from a peep out of Lorenzo Allen or the Orlando passing attack. Allen without a catch, being defended by Osika. 3 interceptions already in 2 games. Out of the eye, they're going to try to stick it with Parker. Parker straight up the gut. Picks up about 5 on the carry. 3rd and 3 at the 19-yard line. Host Doug Bose and various guest hosts throughout the season will break down the SFL's biggest storylines on Inside the SFL every Saturday night, only on TalkShoe, and boy, do they get in depth, I tell you. Parker takes the handoff on a 3rd down and 3, and he didn't get it. Officials mark him shy of the 1st down at the 22, and we'll see if Orlando attempts to challenge. Orlando's offense just seems a bit beaten down right now. They don't seem to be able to trust Connor Pyatt throwing the ball down the field, and they're just hoping that Zach Parker can get going. I think the more shocking thing is just how good Julian Tyree was last week and how much of an egg he is late in this half besides the touchdown throw. James on the punt return, and again, I believe for the 3rd time in this half, the Sparrows will start in Orlando territory, and considering that Sioux Falls only has 7 points on the board, quite an accomplishment for Orlando's defense. 6:36 to go in the first half. Sioux Falls 7, Orlando nothing. Tyree's pass. No, he's sacked. Loss of 2 on the play. And I believe that's the 2nd sack for the big man up front. Defensive line just collapsing on these quarterbacks. Number 96 on the sack, 6:20 and counting. Now a 2nd and 12. Tyree lucky it wasn't a loss for more. Jennings is at the top of the screen, right side, ball's in the middle of the field. Back to pass Tyree, again he's pressured, and Beasley is smacked down. No gain on the play. As you look at the updated quarterback numbers, Pyatt's still sitting at 19 yards. And those 3 interceptions from Julian Tyree are going to haunt him. Tyree, 24 interceptions coming in his career, 3,768 yards, needs 232 yards tonight to break 4,000. 471 yards last week, his career high, along with those 40 completions. Tyree to throw, right side, caught to the 37-yard line. That is Cannon, who found just a little bit of room on the outside. It's a tough throw to make across the field, far side. Tyree makes it happen. Halfway through the second quarter. Defense, 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 but more than likely sloppy offense, at least in this case. 5 turnovers in the first half, all interceptions. Tyree back to pass, hits Beasley, and Orlando is not letting Benny Beasley beat them. 17 catches last week, as mentioned. It was high for week 1 of any receiver. Of course, Minneapolis' Doug Bose, division rival for Sioux Falls, led the league in receptions last year. Beasley's got 3 in this first half, but it's done almost nothing. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. And the pass by Tyree is caught by Beasley, and again hit at the line of scrimmage. That's Jasper Lennox. A lot of former Bulldogs in this game. And it sets up 3rd down and 10 at the 37. Lennox started his career in the WAFL, if my memory serves me right, with the Cincinnati Sentinels, and has been with this Orlando franchise for many seasons. Made a brief exit and made his presence felt in San Francisco. 4 catches, 68 yards for Cannon. Tyree's out of the gun. Tyree back to pass. And Tyree is hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. More pressure in the faces of these quarterbacks, and Sioux Falls will have to punt it away. Don't forget that tomorrow night, it's Sharknado. Oklahoma City opens their home schedule with rival Los Angeles. You know, Sharks, Tornado Alley, Oklahoma City. You get it. Doug Bose, the former offensive coordinator of Oklahoma City before getting ownership of Los Angeles. They've been a bit discombobulated this week as a fair catch is called for at the 10. Orlando just barely able to get over there. But a bit of a discombobulation for Los Angeles as Ed Ritter decided to step down from his ownership spot. But Los Angeles trying to rally around Doug Bose and try to get their first win of the season after it looked like, for all intents and purposes, Sioux Falls was going to lose that game last week to the Sharks. Sharks were up 13-0 in that game and ended up losing 34-27. Sioux Falls 31 points in the second half. Just 3 in the first. They certainly have proven that they're a second-half team so far, because they have just 7 tonight. Pass caught by Chambers, pickup of 6. You know, this passing attack for Orlando is going to have to figure out how to get their main weapon involved. They had less than 200 yards passing last week, and Lorenzo Allen was really quiet. A couple of catches, and that was it for Allen. One big play in that game. Pyatt's out of the shotgun, back to pass on 2nd down, and the pass is intercepted again. It's Osika. He's got 4 on the season. These quarterbacks should be ashamed of themselves. This is pathetic football as they look for Allen, and the pass just not even close. You got to throw it to the outside. Pyatt throws it inside, and Sioux Falls gets another turnover force. Both of these quarterbacks with 3 interceptions in the first half. And Sioux Falls still with the slight edge. Out of the eye. Tyree to pass. Hits Beasley. This time Beasley, for the first time all half, has some room on the outside and picks up a first down. Gain of 11 out to the 32. We apologize for some of the grainy screen that you all are seeing tonight. Not sure why. The computer just maybe a little bit more tired than they usually are, or than it usually is, I should say. Trying to get this product out to you. Isaac Wallace with 2 picks today, trying to stay in direct competition with Zen Osika. Or should I say the other way around. Offside, free play. Benny Beasley, look at the lane for Beasley. Another flag was thrown during the play. I think we got multiple flags here, and let's get the official call. They're just calling the penalty on Orlando. I could have sworn I saw another flag fly. Clock continues to run. Sioux Falls at the 27. It is amazing right now with how poor Orlando's offense has been in this first half that they are even in this game. Along with Reese Walsh being out. Tyree back to pass. He flips it out. Beasley. Beasley in the open field. Can't make. Is that Wallace on the outside again? Can't make a miss. Isaac Wallace is having the game of his life. I've never seen Wallace play so well. Larry Tatum is number 96 on the line for Orlando, the man with 2 sacks on Tyree. Under 3 to play in the first half. Sioux Falls, a 7-0 advantage. Tyree to throw again. Looks Beasley's direction. He's got a first down. That was just tremendous blocking downfield to set up that play. 1st and 10 at the Orlando 19. I think that was Cannon on the outside. Really did a fine job. No, actually, it was a lineman out there. Man, kudos to that guy. He's been eating his Wheaties. That's the end of the, or excuse me, that's the 2-minute warning as the refs are psyching me out. This is the SFL Network on Twitch.tv. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine. 1 or 2 minutes to play exactly in this one, is in the first half rather, as Sioux Falls goes to the end zone, and the pass is tipped away and incomplete. Nick Nitro on the defense, and it's 2nd and 10 at the 19. Looking for Cannon again in the end zone. Cannon has been the red zone target. Jennings, a quiet night so far.
2nd and 10.
Orlando was a first half team last week. They're going to need to be a second half team this week, as this first half has been one to forget. Tyree straight back, fires middle. That's been open pretty much all night. First down to the 7. Tyree, 18 of 29 for $177 tonight. Already 29 passes for Tyree. Haven't even hit halftime yet. 2 in the backfield, and Sioux Falls taking their time, trying to extend their lead. Hand off to Benny Beasley. Left side, Benny Beasley walks into the end zone. It's a touchdown, Sioux Falls. This one too easy. Lead blocker from the fullback. And there was just nobody in Beasley's existence there that was going to stop him. Orlando's in a bit of trouble here. They're really struggling with the West Coast trip with the weather. This is the first trip west of the Mississippi for Orlando since way back in February, when Orlando went to Oklahoma City. Won that game. Sammy Prefontaine's kick is good. Orlando nothing, Sioux Falls 14. 2K Sports halftime report coming up next with first half highlights and stats. Plenty of interceptions to show. Each one better than the first. Prefontaine kicks it away. And that is a deep kick, and from 5 yards into the end zone, Clark's going to take it out, and that was a mistake. Orlando backed up to their 18-yard line. And when your offense is struggling, I mean, I understand you're trying to light a spark in your unit, but the last thing Orlando's offense needs is to be backed up in their own territory, as they've been frequently in this first half. Sioux Falls with the 2-touchdown edge. Orlando searching for answers. Hand off to Parker. And Parker is pushed back into the backfield and picks up just 3. Jefferson on the tackle, his 4th. But that was a great push by Sioux Falls defense. It took Parker about 3 seconds to just get back to the line of scrimmage. Jefferson with an interception. Osika with 2. Lacoste with an interception. Wallace with 2. The defensive stars of the first half. 3-back set, handoff Parker. Parker going to get a block outside, and Parker pushes ahead. He's just shy of the first down, and you can clearly see that Orlando is a little cautious about throwing the ball downfield, even down 14 with 30 seconds to go. I would imagine if they get a first down here, they'll be a little bit more aggressive. Looks like maybe a run. 4-3 defense out of Sioux Falls. And the handoff goes to Parker. Parker's in some trouble. What a play by Parker. And Sioux Falls defense was even better. Jefferson eventually brings him down, but the Sparrows swarm to Zach Parker and they peck him down at the 27. And Orlando will have to punt away, and the clock stops with 13 seconds to go. What a mess. Orlando can't even gain half a yard on 3rd down. A really solid performance by Sioux Falls here at home, and they're making the weather bearable for the Sparrow fans. Turn up to the 44-yard line for Sioux Falls, and they have 8 seconds to work with. Maybe we see Tyree just attempt to chuck it deep. Of course, you risk an interception, but why not pile on a 4th? This is no game any offensive player wants to remember, although Caesar Cannon's had a pretty good outing tonight. All 3 timeouts for both teams. Tyree is going to throw. He's trying to hit Beasley. Beasley's got the catch, and the timeout is taken with 3 seconds to go. That gets Tyree a little bit closer to chuck one deep. Very similar strategy we saw last week when Sioux Falls was down 13-0 just before the half. Swing out to Beasley, got him all the way down into field goal range. They call a timeout, they get points on the board, and the game was never the same after that. But Orlando literally has shown no offensive life, and it's going to be a heated conversation in the locker room, I have no doubts. Tyree standing back on his own 44-yard line, back to throw a Hail Mary. And Tyree is in trouble, throws off his back foot. What a cannon, and it's intercepted at the 5. 4 interceptions for Tyree in the first half, but Sioux Falls leads by 14. That is the end of the first half of play. And the second half will start after the halftime report concludes. The halftime show is right now. start of the second half. It was an ugly offensive first half. Sioux Falls holds the advantage, 14-0. Wednesday Night Football on the SFL Network. Kick is away, and Clark returns from his 5-yard line. Clark up to the 24 before he's thrown backwards. The Simulation Football League is presented by DAC Stats and OBS Studio all season long. Thanks, fellas and ladies who work on the project tirelessly. First and 10 for the 24-yard line. If you have 25 yards of passing in the first half, you probably have a problem. And that's exactly what Orlando has on their hands to start the third quarter. Back to pass, Pyatt. Pyatt down the field. It is incomplete. There's a flag thrown. This game is just messy. I think this is on Sioux Falls.
Pass interference.
So Orlando forces the action. Lorenzo Allen gets a PI called on Gage Wilson. We'll see if we get a look at it. Of course, wasn't a good night Monday for the officials. A phantom call, which the league adamantly has come out and said, look, they were in the wrong for this.
First and 10.
And not sure if that was PI or not, but there was definitely a lot of heavy traffic over the middle. Two in the backfield. It'll be a spot foul. First down at the 32 for the Intimidators. And Pyatt will drop the pass. More of an emphasis for Pyatt to get moving. And Parker makes a man miss with a stiff arm and picks up 6 at the 38. Nice play by Parker. That's what Orlando needs more of. Just those positive plays, set them up on second and third and short. They've faced a lot of third and longs in this game as Pyatt's rating is poultry. 3 in the backfield on a 2nd and 4. Ball on the right hash. And the handoff goes to Parker left side. And Parker again beats his lead blocker, Garrison. But gets a first down anyway to the 45-yard line. And Orlando looks a little bit more refreshed here in the third quarter.
First and 10.
Opening minute of the third. Wednesday Night Football, Thursday, Los Angeles, Oklahoma City. Queen City takes on Baltimore. And DC faces Louisville. Lots of really good games tomorrow night. And Pyatt drops to throw. 3 steps, has a nice pocket. Hits Parker. One-handed beauty on the outside. Bringing the 2-yard gain. Coakley and Mike Doss on the tackle. You see Orlando's history in this league. The last 9 games for Orlando has been decided by 11 points or less. It's a 14-point game right now. They won their only overtime game in Kahlua February 1st, 2014. But considering that Orlando's played nothing but close games in the last season and a half, it's a bit of a surprise as Parker picks up a few more. 3rd down and 5 coming up at midfield. Orlando has played in 61 of the 300 SFL games. That's 20%. 1 out of every 5 games in league history has involved the Intimidators and has won and lost a championship by the same score. 42-24. They beat Oklahoma City in Season 2. They lost to Minneapolis in Season 4. 3rd down and 5 at midfield. Just a bit of a history of one of the storied franchises in the SFL. Play action for Pyatt. Wide open on the outside is Allen. Oh, and they said he was short. I think we'll probably see an Orlando challenge. The ball was right on the line. Of course, the line is unofficial. Orlando may just decide to go for this. They have their offense on the field. It is just 1 yard, but of course Orlando struggled to get half a yard there at the end of the first half. 7 in the box for Sioux Falls. 4th and 1 right now. The offense looks interested in going for it. They will go for it. And Parker will take the handoff and is blown up in the backfield by Doss. Another defensive stop for Sioux Falls. What is happening around this league? The defenses seem light years ahead of most offenses in the SFL, at least through the first couple of weeks. Because my, oh my, Sioux Falls defense has made a turnaround tonight. Orlando can't catch a break. And their defense, minus Reese Walsh, back out on the field. Tyree back to pass. And he goes middle. That pass caught. First down to the Orlando 41. James on the catch. I would just give us a second. Apologize for that error. We got this new Xbox at Esco headquarters, and want to make sure we don't lose a game. No doubt about that. Big deep ball is caught at the 13-yard line by Caesar Cannon for the Sioux Falls Sparrows. First down. This is a death drive for Orlando if Sioux Falls scores again here. Nick Nitro on the tackle. Caesar Cannon has been the thorn in the side of the Orlando defense. And it's 1st and 10 at the 13. Two backs, two receivers for Tyree. And Tyree will drop to throw. Tyree to the outside, caught by Jennings. To the 9. 2nd and 6 at the 9. Take a look at what Jordan Jennings has done. In his 3rd season, he has increased his yards per catch average every season, 2,495 career receiving yards, and last week he caught his 20th career touchdown. 5 catches, 95 yards, and 10 targets for Caesar Cannon tonight. 2nd and 6 at the Orlando 9. Orlando needs something. Tyree back to pass. Tyree to the back of the end zone. It is incomplete. And the pass was a little too lazy. Again, looking for Cannon in the back of the end zone. And I think right at the very end, it was broken up. Or Cannon may have just dropped it, actually. Cannon running a crossing route in the back of the end zone, and sure enough, he absolutely did. Just flat out drop the pass. Sioux Falls trying to make it 21-0 and give us a game that's not close heading into the 4th quarter, which would be a first this season here on the main network. 7:04 to go in the 3rd. 3rd and 6 at the 9. Orlando needs a stand. Tyree back to pass. Tyree, corner right, caught, and it's ruled shy of the first down. Cannon with the catch, but he's forced out of bounds at the 5. And if I'm Sioux Falls, I would just cut my losses and take the field goal. And that's what they're going to do to go up by 3 scores. The field goal attempt from 21 yards, that's through. And Sioux Falls continues to blank the Sparrows here on the night of a celebration of the league's 300th game. It's been dreary. Orlando just needs something. They need a spark similar to what Oklahoma City needed in the 3rd quarter in their game against Orlando last week. They got it with back-to-back interceptions and a big touchdown run from Pete Bruschi, but can Zach Parker and this Orlando defense, first of all, how much does Orlando's defense have left in the tank? They've already intercepted Tyree 4 times. I doubt Tyree's going to throw too many more. He's got a wake-up call at halftime, it looks like it.
1st and 10.
6:37 to go in the 3rd. 1st and 10 at the 23. Back to pass. Pyatt out to Parker. And Parker picks up 4. Set up a 2nd down and 6 at the 27. 6.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at SimulationFL for score updates and league information. /SimulationFL on YouTube and Twitch. Subscribe there. SimulationFL.com is our site. And that's where you can also get your team gear at the SFL shop. So over $500 worth of merchandise there already, and we certainly appreciate that. We get a cut of that as Parker makes his 5th catch, which is 12 yards on those 5 catches. Of course, the league just had to purchase a new Xbox because we had some issues earlier this week with our old one that's lasted a couple of seasons. And was older than that even before we switched over to the Xbox 360. But your donations and your support of the SFL are always greatly appreciated as Lorenzo Allen finally makes a catch in this game. A first down up to the 38-yard line. And Osika was playing off of Allen. And that's all fine and dandy for Orlando to move the chains and get a first down, but Orlando needs something to give the offense a little bit of confidence and to shut the Sparrow defense up, because they've had everything to talk about tonight, or every reason to talk. Back to pass to Pyatt. Pyatt sidearm throw, dumps it off short to the tight end. That's Isaac Perez. That may be his first catch of the season. He's been pretty quiet. Was tight end for this Orlando squad, moved to receiver last year, and was the slot man, and they pulled him back in at tight end this year. Gain of 8, 2nd down and 2 at the Sioux Falls Orlando 46-yard line. 5 minutes to go in the third. Sioux Falls up 17-0. Hand off to Parker on 2nd and 2. And Parker, he did get the first down. Big hit by Osika at the 48. But the Orlando drive will continue. Parker less than 4 yards a carry last week, less than 4 yards a carry here tonight. And Orlando just wants points to help them get into striking distance before we head to the 4th. Hyatt hands it off to Parker. Parker again is slammed down. That's a 1-yard loss. Coakley and I believe Doss coming away with the defensive stop. You are watching the Sioux Falls Sparrows and the Orlando Intimidators from Liberty Park in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And right now it looks like Sioux Falls will join Santa Fe and Tallahassee at 2-0 atop the field conference, because Parker again is blasted by Coakley and Doss. They ran the same play on him. Loss of 4, 3rd down and 15. And how many 2nd and long and 3rd and longs have we seen Orlando in tonight? Far too many. Intimidator offense really hurting. They are not fooling the Sparrows whatsoever. 4 receivers, 3 off to the left side. Pyatt back to pass. And Pyatt's running out of time! Blasted in the face of the 36. And Pyatt looks a little shaken up. Grabbing his face, Johnny Summers woke him up. Sweet dreams, Connor Pyatt. Woke him up, put him to sleep, tucked him into bed, read him a goodnight story. And now Pyatt's got nightmares. 4th and 22 at the 36. A disastrous end to a promising drive for Orlando. Sioux Falls very aggressive coming after that punt. Can't get to it. James. James, what a move at the 33. I thought there for a moment he called for a fair catch. And a pretty return. Nice night for Turian James. Orlando has to keep this within a 3-possession game. Of course, it'll be a 3-possession game regardless of Sioux Falls scores, but Orlando can't really afford to give up too much. This defense has got to be getting a little exhausted. Pyatt has been pressured out the wazoo tonight. Tyree's pass caught on the outside. That's Cannon again. 109 yards on 7 grabs and a touchdown for Caesar Cannon. Welcome to Sioux Falls, big fella. Sioux Falls relying a little bit less on Benny Beasley tonight.
Second and inches from
Worked out for him. 2:50 to go in the third. Orlando's defense has given up 17 points in each of their first 2 games. Beasley on the carry, and he took a big hit. Oh, they gave him the first down. I thought for sure Beasley was down. The hit was so hard by Jasper Lennox. It pushed him forward. First and 10 at the 44 now. No challenge out of Kyle Walsh and Orlando, who has just laid an egg tonight. Tyree back to pass. Tyree looking long, and the pass is caught again. Oh, sandwiched. Caesar Cannon is catching, well, I will say catching everything, but he did drop the one in the end zone that would have been a touchdown. But this is a really heads-up play by Cannon. He knows this hit is coming. First down for Sioux Falls. They're on the move again at the Orlando 35. This has not been pretty. Tyree back to pass again. And Tyree down the field. That one tipped away. Nice play by Nick Nitro. Orlando all over that. Otherwise tonight, the middle has been where Sioux Falls had the most success throwing the football. 1:44 left in the third. Second and 10 at the Intimidator 35. Orlando had 4 interceptions in the first half. That got no points off of turnovers, and Sioux Falls has continued its dominance here in the third quarter, particularly on the defensive side of the ball and by the defensive line. Tyree back to pass, goes left side, intercepted. Tipped into the hands of Isaac Wallace. He has a hat trick tonight. 3 interceptions tonight for Isaac Wallace. What a night this guy is having, as I believe Lacoste tipped it back to him. Man. So now 5 interceptions from Julian Tyree, and Orlando continues to get opportunities. With Parker in the backfield, he'll take the handoff, and Parker's got some room. Oh, what a tackle! Gage Wilson. I could have sworn that guy was blocked. I think Parker thought he was blocked too, because he ran right past him like he was strolling through the park. And Wilson, I think, surprised him off the edge. Sets up a 2nd and 7. It's been that type of night for Orlando. And off Parker. Oh, Parker's blown up by Wilson again. These linebackers are making a serious impact on this game. It's 3rd down and 9. Parkey Chol was held under 100 yards rushing last week. And nothing doing on the ground for Orlando's offense really at all. I'm not sure Orlando has 100 yards of offense in this game. Pyatt to pass on a 3rd down. Play action. He's in trouble again! I've lost count of how many times Connor Pyatt has been sacked tonight. Oh, this is brutal. What a performance by Sioux Falls. Wow. Simply stunning. And Orlando will just have to keep hoping, as you see, starting to see some empty seats here at Liberty Park, as the fans are starting to feel like there's no point in staying because our team is well under control. Look at this return by James all the way to midfield. And that is the end of the third quarter. Orlando's got a lot of work ahead of them just to get points on the board. 17-0 Sioux Falls. They're dominating. This is Wednesday Night Football on the SFL Network, and we'll be right back. Out of the guy for Sioux Falls. Their average starting field position has to be off the charts. Benny Beasley again, nothing. In fact, lost a yard. Isaac Wallace again on the tackle on the outside. You know, we've mentioned defense at the start, and we've seen some teams with some really nasty defenses out there. Tallahassee has given up just 26 points in the first 2 weeks. Sioux Falls, as it stands right now, will have given up just 27 points in the first 2 weeks. Orlando, not too shabby either. They've given up just 34 points in the last 2 weeks. Just really unexpectedly seems like the year of defense so far around the league as you look at these sickening quarterback numbers. Tyree approaching 300 yards, but Connor Pyatt, 61 yards and 3 picks. That is just not going to cut it. It's 3rd down and 8 at the 49. Another sure-handed tackle in the open field by Orlando's defense. Sioux Falls needs just behind the 40 for the first down. Back to pass Tyree, avoids some pressure. Down the middle, broken tackle. Oh, and the official got in the way, but Caesar Cannon continues to dominate this game. He has been the lone bright spot in a cloud of ugly offense tonight. Look how Cannon shreds Nitro. He sort of hops, skips, and jumps his way, putting Orlando back in the red zone. Robert Woods on the tackle. He's really been quiet tonight. Under 9 to go, and here Sioux Falls is again in the red zone. A frustrating night for Orlando. Hand off to Beasley, and Beasley gets no gain. 2nd and 10 at the Orlando 17. SFL postgame show coming up. We want to hear from you. Cleveland and Dallas also in action on the Second Network. You can watch all games anytime they're live at simulationfl.com. Just head to the Game Day channel. 9:15 to go in the 4th quarter. Tyree throws it outside, caught. Cannon, 10 grabs for a $165 tonight, 3rd and 5. 9:10 to go in the 4th quarter. Next broadcast is tomorrow night. First edition of Sharknado, Oklahoma City. Home opener. They host the Los Angeles Sharks as the two try to battle for their first win of the season. Action starts at 7 Central, 8 Eastern, right here at twitch.tv/simulationfl and at simulationfl.com. Split backs for Tyree on a 3rd down and 5. Play action pass Tyree down the field, caught and short of the first down. 4th and 1 at the 8. Coming up, and Fontaine will, the Prefontaine rather, will come out and attempt the field goal.
Will come in to attempt a field goal from the 8-yard line. Number 7 will hold the kick.
Sioux Falls with an opportunity to make it 20-0. But still a 3-touchdown game if somehow, some way, Orlando can figure out how to get going, as the 24-yard field goal for Sioux Falls is good. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine. Wednesday Night Football, the 300th game celebration, and it's only been a celebration for Sioux Falls tonight. Orlando desperate for a spark. And shutouts are very uncommon in the SFL. In fact, I can't even remember the last time it happened. But it's staring Orlando in the face as Clark returns up to the 21. Orlando historically better at home, much better at home than on the road, but this is a new level of head scratcher for the Intimidators. We're not used to seeing this team that's made the playoffs 5 of the last 6 years, or 6 seasons rather, putting up a goose egg. 8:14 to go in the 4th. Parker breaks a couple tackles, but Jefferson eventually wraps him up. Now Mike Doss is hurt. Been a tough night for the linebackers. Could that provide a spark to Zach Parker? Because he's had absolutely nowhere to go all night long. Doss, oh man, he He got whiplash trying to make that tackle from Parker. We've seen Parker do that to many a competitor. Sioux Falls defensive line may be named the MVP of this game tonight because they have been relentless in pressuring Connor Pyatt. Zeno Sika has shut down Lorenzo Allen, and Orlando has had no downfield threat whatsoever. Parker takes the handoff, marks away, and Parker gets no gain. 3rd and 6. This is a rough night for Orlando. Can they keep the drive alive, get something accomplished here, or go 3 it out and put their tired defense back on the field? Pyatt will hand it off to Parker on a 3rd down and 6. Wow, this is brutal. 7.5 to go, and Orlando will punt it away again.
Right.
7:18 remaining in the 4th. Still a 3-score game. Orlando has just about run themselves out of time. And they just have no faith or trust in the passing game as James calls for a fair catch at the 41-yard line. So again, looking ahead to Thursday's matchups, of course, Los Angeles OKC is very interesting from the standpoint of how will LA's defense look. They looked a little rough in the second half last week as Doug Bose takes over the head coach duties in LA. And will Oklahoma City learn from some of the struggles they had last season? Stump Bose, who was a pretty successful offensive coordinator in 4 weeks in OKC when he went 2-2. Benny Beasley with that 9-yard pickup. And Orlando's got to be thinking, Benny Beasley just picked up 9 yards, and we can't get Parker, double-digit gain. What's up with that? SFLN 2 Thursday night. Of course, Baltimore takes on Queen City. Those two have played nothing but instant classic games. Every time they played, it's a rematch of the Gray Conference final last year, when without Parkey Chol, as Tyree goes over 300 yards, where without Parkey Chol, the Queen City Corsairs still won. Jennings on that last catch. 20-17 was the final score in that game. And then you got DC and Louisville. I believe it's their first meeting since the DC Dragons beat Louisville in the Season 5 semifinal game to help the Dragons get to the playoffs, or get to the championship rather, as that pass is incomplete. Nitro knocks it away. 2nd and 10. Clock stops 6:21 to go. So if tonight's action has been a little mopey, with the action on the field certainly tonight here in Liberty Park, you won't want to miss tomorrow, because there's a ton of exciting games across the SFL family of networks. 20-0. Orlando's still alive in this. They're down 3 touchdowns. They would need a miracle, but Beasley's wrapped up behind the line. Lennox on the tackle. Orlando needs a stop right here, right now, and they need to score fast. 6:08 to go in the 4th.
3rd and 10.
Sioux Falls on the brink of 2-0. Back to pass. Tyree down the field. Caught by Jennings. And for the first time really all night long, Jordan Jennings gets open down the field. And Sioux Falls is back into scoring range once again. The confidence of Jennings. Just holding that ball out. Sioux Falls takes on NYC next week, who played pretty good defense against Carolina in that 13-10 victory Monday night. Carter Peters with that game-winning touchdown drive. So interesting test there for the Sparrows, but I would think, or I would imagine, the Sparrows would be favored that game as Beasley picks up 4. 332 yards now for Julian Tyree. Last week he had a career high 471 in the win over the Sharks, and he is now over the 4,000 yard mark for his career in his second season with Sioux Falls. So congratulations to Julian Tyree on that achievement. 3 in the backfield now, and the handoff goes to Beasley, and Beasley nearly has a first down. 3rd and 2 at the 16. Nitro on the stop, and Sioux Falls keeps the clock moving. Now 4:40 to go and count. SFL postgame show on its way. Sioux Falls 20, Orlando nothing. Wednesday recap, and we can get into Thursday's games too if you want. And off to Beasley, right side, got a first down to the 10-yard line rather. And Sioux Falls continues to milk the clock. Under 4 to play. Yeah, if Orlando had any hope of a comeback, it has been gashed by this blood-sucking drive out of Sioux Falls. Cross conference begins next week. That's pretty exciting. Conference bragging rights on the line. No doubt about that. Tyree back to pass. Tyree fires back of the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. Jordan Jennings. This is a really good route. Orlando just seems to lose him in the back of the end zone. And this is one of the biggest blowouts in a long time. Orlando is still being shut out. This is a new low. Extra point for Prefontaine is good. And every chance Orlando has had to catch a break, they have failed to capitalize. They got to figure out how to get Parker, or Pyatt rather, going down the field. I know that Parker is struggling, and maybe that's why it's been so difficult for Connor Pyatt to get moving. But Orlando has scored 20 points in the first 2 weeks. That's worse than Carolina's 24 over the past couple of weeks as Prefontaine smacks it 7 yards into the end zone and Clark does the smart thing. But Orlando's offense has got to figure some things out. And Sioux Falls' run defense in particular, look at that. 57 yards on 24 carries for the highest paid player in the league. That is unacceptable and inexcusable if I'm Orlando. I gotta have more production for the money that I'm paying Zach Parker. I don't care if he's a veteran or not, as Allen picks up 5, and I use veteran negatively. Sioux Falls looking sharp in the new home uniforms.
2nd and 5. Ball at the 25 yard.
3:22 to go. 2nd and 5. This game is a rout. Orlando will fall to 1-1 as Pyatt's pass caught. First big throw down the field. That's Allen to the 46-yard line. Too little, too late. Pyatt gets up to the line of scrimmage, back to pass again. Pyatt going down the field, wide open. Allen again to the 30. And you only shake your head and wonder where in the world was this earlier in the game. Some backups may be in for Sioux Falls too. Under 3 to play. Orlando just trying to avoid the shutout. Pyatt to throw. Pump fake, now has to swing it out to Parker, and Parker doesn't even know where he is on the field. He's had an awful game tonight. Orlando will have to bounce back next week.
2nd and 10 from the iron 29 yard.
Because they're in quite possibly the toughest division in the league. Tallahassee, Santa Fe, both 2-0 after 2 weeks. Parker with the catch to the outside, shoved out of bounds. 3rd and 2 coming up at the 21. So Orlando will be behind a game. And Houston is a game behind Orlando at 0-2, but Houston's got a new coach, Greg Morris. Will take over the head coaching reins. Alan Drum still offensive coordinator, as Damon Simeon takes a more ownership role of the team. 2:37 to go in the 4th. 27-0. Orlando driving. It took them long enough. Pyatt back to pass. Pyatt's pass is caught to the 15-yard line. That is Perez on the catch. 2:28 to go. Pyatt, right side, caught and dragged out of bounds at the 10 is Perez. Back-to-back catches, Anderson on the tackle. If Orlando scores 4 touchdowns in 2 minutes and 22 seconds, I'm going to need to change my clothes. But good effort by Orlando, not giving up. Still, the struggle was real tonight. Heck of a job by Sioux Falls in their front 7 especially, but the secondary set the tone. Parker again is out of bounds. A measly 130 passing for Connor Pyatt tonight. Has not thrown an interception in the second half, but it hasn't mattered. For the crowd that's still here, which is quite a lot of them, honestly. This is Sioux Falls' first pro 11-on-11 football team. No one ever thought it could succeed here in the Midwest. And there is another sack. That's got to be 5 now for Sioux Falls. And this one is Lee Langston at defensive end. Pyatt has been roughed up. 2-minute warning. This is the SFL Network. In case you didn't know, you can win money by picking SFL games correctly. SFL paid pick'em. It's just $1 a week, folks. You can't get better than that, and you're guaranteed at this point as that pass is, that's intercepted. You got to be kidding me! Intercepted in the end zone by Orlando Grant, the backup corner, defending Allen. The pass is no, it's not intercepted. It was a 4th down. My apologies. 4th down for Orlando, and it's a turnover on downs, and Sioux Falls takes over at the 18. Backups are in for Sioux Falls. 2 in the backfield. But anyway, you can win money playing SFL Pick'em. It's just $1 a week. You can't beat that. And you're guaranteed to, if you win, 5 times your money at least. The more players that play, the bigger the prizes get, and the more the league is supported. Donate, play, win. SFL Pick'em. And you can join in immediately after week 2's end, and we'll get you into the Pick'em group on Slack. And you'll be hooked up. 1:50 to go. Orlando called timeout. They have 2 left. No gain on that last play. 2nd and 10 at the 18. Jennings is off to the right. Jennings had a run for 4 yards. Orlando calls timeout. Can't stress it enough how excited we are for tomorrow night's spotlight game and the lineup in general across the league. Los Angeles at Oklahoma City. is on the main network. Queen City and Baltimore, a rematch of the Gray Conference Final last year. And Louisville, D.C., a rematch of Season 5's semifinal. All tomorrow night on the SFL Network. It is a must-see night of SFL action. That pass is dropped. 4th down, Sioux Falls will punt it away, 1:44 to play, as Orlando continues to try to put points on the board. And that's really the only reason why we're all still here.
Let's go. Your stars are back to punt.
If memory serves me correct, it would be the first shutout for Sioux Falls in franchise history, and it may be the first time Orlando has ever been shut out in a game. Tremendous defensive effort from just about every single person on the Sioux Falls defensive starting lineup. 5 sacks, 3 interceptions. They held Orlando to under 200 yards of offense, at least as of right now. For most of the game, they were held under 100 yards of offense before that last drive bolstered the stats. It will be Pyatt's second straight game with less than 200 yards passing, as Pyatt flips it outside to Parker. Parker could not get out of bounds. It's a pickup of just 3. 1 timeout left for Orlando as the clock dwindles down to 1:28. Post-game show is coming up next, so do not go anywhere. Pyatt is sacked again. Body slammed for a loss of about 8. That's Black again. That's got to be 3 sacks for Tyrone Black. I mean, this is the worst offensive line blocking I've ever seen. Pyatt is just getting crushed out there, and Sioux Falls really isn't bringing a lot of exotic pressure. They're just flat out crushing this Orlando offensive line. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Haven't seen this look much out of Orlando tonight. 3rd down and 15. Pyatt down the middle. That pass is knocked away, and lucky that wasn't intercepted. Allen just 7 targets. There's no reason why he shouldn't be in double figures on 5 grabs. A.J. Levy, who's still in on defense, makes the play. 4th and long for Orlando. Will they just punt this away and concede the shutout, or do they have a little pride left? It looks like they do. 4th down and 15. They're out of timeouts. So either way, if they don't get it, the game is over with a few victory formations out of the Sparrows. 4th and long for Connor Pyatt. Pyatt back to pass. Pyatt deep ball down the field, caught by Allen at the 38-yard line. Keeps things alive for the Intimidators. 1 minute to go. Pyatt to pass. Pyatt deep ball again. Wide open is Allen, and they might as well just keep throwing it to him, as the backups, most of the backups are in for Sioux Falls. 48 seconds, and Pyatt spikes the football. 42 seconds actually now left on the clock. The SFL's 300th game tonight. 3:01 going on SFLN2, Cleveland and Dallas.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 15-yard line.
It's been a journey. A long journey to get here. 2nd and 10 at the 16. 42 seconds to go in the ball game. Pyatt back to pass. Pyatt down the field. Caught for a touchdown. No shutout tonight. Lorenzo Allen with the catch, and his stats will look a lot better than they actually were in this game after Sioux Falls benched their starters. Easy pitch and catch there for Pyatt. That is the only easy throw he's had all night. Extra point for Orlando will make it a 20-point game.
Number 4 will hold the kick.
There's some offenses around the league that got some work to do heading into week 3. Extra point is good.
The extra point is good.
Orlando, Carolina, NYC to a degree, all struggling offensively. Tallahassee, averaging less than 20 points a game. They're having a bit of a struggle offensively, although that defense has been good enough. 39 seconds to go. Onside kick for Orlando as they try to make this score maybe a little prettier. Sioux Falls easily collects it, and we'll get one more kneel down. A tremendous effort and performance by Sioux Falls. They go to 2-0 tonight. Orlando falls to 1-1, and Tallahassee and Santa Fe are now tied for first officially, as the South Conference has played all of their Week 2 contests. Sioux Falls will ensure that they will be in first place of the West heading in to Week 3 because they were the only team that won in Week 1. Either LA or Oklahoma City will be in second place at 1-1, and the Minneapolis Maulers, who have lost 4 straight games dating back to last season, and the loser of Oklahoma City LA will be at the bottom of the West with an 0-2 record. That was the final snap of this game. Orlando 7, Sioux Falls 27. The SFL postgame show is coming up next. This game, Wednesday Night Football, presented by Dax Stats and OBS Studio, and is on the Simulation FL network always on twitch.tv, twitch.tv/SimulationFL, simulationfl.com. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine. The postgame show starts in a moment.